So I do stand up, and I know that this is true in that context, but I'm sure it's true in a broader sense as well. When people start out in any art field, even if their work is original, they're usually mirroring someone else's style. So how does an artist
Mhm.
find their own style?
Um, that's a great question. It's kind of the thing that you can't think about too much to develop your own style. When you consciously think about developing, I'm going to do this, this, and this. It doesn't come across as genuine. Like, you didn't really arrive at that. I mean, if you think of Picasso, Pablo Picasso, he didn't just start out doing abstractions and you know found things, and he actually was a very talented draftsman, very
Right.
good artist, um, in realism. So he arrived at that. So you can't really just start out at like, oh, here's my style. Some people are fortunate that their drawing style just happens to be, just the way they doodle or the way they come across, the way they just think, and the style just comes across. To some people it comes natural. Um, Others like myself, I've gone through my own personal work has gone through like different styles. So I'm constantly evolving it until I arrive at something that I'm happy with. And um, sometimes you might be constantly searching for that style, or that unique take on things. But when you find it, that's when it's like, okay, this is. Musicians go through the same thing with finding that right sound, or that right tone, or that right composition, or that right style of composition. So you're constantly evolving until it gets to a point. And even then, when you get to a point like, okay, this is working and I like what's going on here, then you get to a plateau and you're like, okay, now I want to get, you know branch out from that. I don't want to repeat myself.
Hmm.
So then it becomes a challenge, like, okay, how can I evolve this style even more? And it's when you look at like Matt Groening, for instance, his got a very distinct style which carries from Simpsons to Futurama to now Disenchantment.
Right.
Seth MacFarlane also, American Dad and Family Guy, or have similar styles of writing as well as the designs. Mike Judge, who did Beavis and Butthead, and King of the Hill, his style kind of evolved. Like, if you look at Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill, they're very different. And he had a later series, Tales from the Tour Bus, that was even more realistic and different again. But then again, he also did a lot of live action movies, so that may have been an influence there too. So yeah, it's difficult. You just always just come up with something new and try not to repeat yourself. And I think that's the challenge. And when you rise to that challenge, you'll know, and it pops out.